This is the news on Newsbreak Nigeria. Prince Harry has landed at Heathrow after jumping on an early morning BA flight where he comforted an airport worker with a reassuring hand on her shoulder after she gave him her condolences about the death of the Queen. He is heading back to Windsor to be with Meghan Markle, having left Balmoral after 12 hours mourning his grandmother with his father, King Charles III, and brother, Prince William. As it was claimed, the successors will stay in Britain for 10 days until the state funeral. The Duke of Sussex was the last royal to arrive at the Aberdeenshire Castle last night and the first to leave this morning after losing a race against them to get to the Queen's bedside before she died yesterday. Today, the world mourns the death of Britain's longest reigning monarch as her son accedes to the throne. The Queen's coffin, draped in the royal standard with a wreath of her favourite flowers on top, is believed to be at the rest in the ballroom of Balmoral, where she spent every summer with her beloved Prince Philip. The King and the Queen consort Camilla have left for London, where the monarch will meet the Prime Minister before addressing the nation. His siblings and his eldest son, Prince William, remain at Balmoral. The Buckingham Palace source told Mail Online King Charles must return to London to attend to matters of state, but the other senior royal will spend a day of quiet reflection at Balmoral Castle. King Charles III will be proclaimed at the Accession Council at 10 a.m. tomorrow in the state apartments of St. James's Palace. Harry headed back to Meghan at 8:28 a.m., where he was sat alone in the rear of a Range Rover as he was driven out of the royal family's Scottish home, where he had arrived at 7:52 p.m. last night. He was swept into Aberdeen Airport at 9:20 a.m., led by the 5 police outriders, and boarded a flight to London, leaving at 10 a.m. Harry wore a black suit and carried a shoulder bag as he walked towards the steps of the plane. An airport worker offered her sympathies as the prince was about to walk up the steps of a British Airways aircraft. The woman, who was dressed in a high-visibility yellow jacket, addressed Prince Harry. The royal smiled and patted her gently in the shoulder before boarding the aircraft for London's Heathrow Airport. Grief was written on the Duke of Sussex's face after he landed in Scotland yesterday. 15 minutes after Her Majesty's death was announced to the world, he had his head bowed and partially covered his face as he was driven out of Aberdeen Airport. Arriving at Balmoral after dark, he left 12 hours later. To stay updated on news as it drops, kindly like, share, comment and subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell button so that every time we post a new video, you'll be notified.